All right. So one of the other things that we're talking constantly about through this December seasonality and also over the last month is this potential for an AI bubble. I'd love to get your thoughts on that. If you think, one, those concerns are warranted, two, if you think they're going to continue, and how that impacts us into the end of the year and into 2026.
Well, we've all heard for the last 3 months, nothing, but the word bubble about 100 times a day. And so there's a huge difference between the 2000 bubble and today's bubble, where companies are actually making money and there's no threat of companies running out of money. And that's really what precipitated the 2000 collapse for the great, dot-com bust. And so I think going forward, AI has got a lot of traction. Companies like Nvidia are grotesquely misunderstood. They're more of a long duration AI utility rather than a cyclical semiconductor name. And they're being treated as a semiconductor name at this time, where valuations in Avago and AMD are much higher in terms of their metrics and Nvidia's are. And so, that's just one example. But I think the long-term utility of AI is here to stay. The projection in job decreases the next 5 years is around 18 million from the advent of AI, just domestically speaking, globally 45 million people. So AI is not going anywhere. And it's time for folks to realize that and stop treating Nvidia like it's like a typical semiconductor play, because it's not.
All right, so let's talk about Nvidia. You say that it's grotesquely misunderstood. Right now, its PE is in the low 30s, which is lower than Microsoft, Apple, Amazon right now. What do you think the disconnect is there, and why do you think Nvidia is so misunderstood?
Well, we've never had a market cap this big, and quite frankly, it freaks out investors in terms of what could go wrong. And a lot of the naysayers, especially some of the very famous people on Wall Street, have been waiting for that negative quarter to come, and it's never happened. When's a competitor going to come out and unseat them? When are they going to have some demand? But Nvidia's ramp rates here are ridiculous. They'll run about 213 billion for this year in terms of total revenue. By 27, will be around 316 billion. Their free cash flow will improve from 80 billion to about 120 billion by 27. And I think you've got to utilize this opportunity as a buy the dip moment and realize they are a long duration AI utility play, as they really are the AI Bible, so to speak, for lack of a better metaphor here, or connection to them. And so I think you've got to get on board.
So would you say Nvidia is your number one pick in the tech space then?
It is absolutely my number one pick in the tech space right now. Not to sound like Dan Ives, but Jensen is the godfather of AI. That trend will continue, but the entire semiconductor sector will benefit as well as money continually gets reinvested in the direction of this new tech.
Following a 0.3% decline the day before, Nvidia's stock fell 1.4% to $182.36 on Wednesday. In contrast, the Dow Jones Industrial Average increased 0.2%, and the S&P 500 remained unchanged. The company is still struggling as a result of growing competition pressure and legislative uncertainty in China, a market that used to account for a sizable share of its demand for AI chips. President Donald Trump's statement that he would permit shipments of Nvidia's H200 artificial intelligence chips to China if the business agreed to give the U.S. government a 25% cut of sales originally gave investors hope for a boost. The prognosis remains unclear, as Chinese authorities have not yet confirmed if domestic purchasers will be allowed to purchase the processors. The Wall Street Journal said that H200 chips made in Taiwan would be shipped to China after passing through the U.S. for a national security assessment. Delivery delays and additional compliance challenges could result from such a requirement. A report from The Information that claims Chinese AI startup DeepSeek is training its next model on thousands of Nvidia's current-generation Blackwell processors further complicates the situation. According to the article, servers bought in countries where the chips can still be sold legally were disassembled in order to smuggle the gear into China. The allegations highlight the regulatory dangers associated with the selling of high-end semiconductors, as well as the robust Chinese demand, adding a new level of tension to Nvidia's China story. Timothy Arcuri, a UBS analyst, reaffirmed his buy rating and $235 target price, projecting that, if allowed, restarted shipments to China might bring in an extra $5 billion to $10 billion in revenue each quarter. He added that these sales would be on top of the approximately $500 billion order backlog that now exists. Others warn that there might not be much of a practical upside. In a recent client research, analyst David O'Connor of BNP Paribas stated that while industry-wide supply restrictions continue to be a barrier, Nvidia and advanced micro devices stand to gain if export regulations loosen. He drew attention to the memory, packaging, and wafer shortages at the most sophisticated production lines of Taiwan's Semiconductor Manufacturing Co. Leading clients like Nvidia have already reserved a large portion of these lines, limiting access until 2026. Additionally, BNP pointed out that Chinese demand could not be as strong as investors believe. High-performance processors from domestic chip makers as More Threads, Beren, and Huawei are still being developed. In order to reduce possible profits for Nvidia and AMD, Chinese authorities may possibly impose limits on specific foreign chip types or urge purchasers to diversify their sources rather than depending solely on a single U.S. vendor. Some market voices are unwavering in spite of the more general worries. Jim Cramer, host of CNBC, advised investors to own it, don't trade it, and refrain from trading the stock in response to short-term headlines. He cited Nvidia's long-term demand profile and described the current dip as a response to panic rather than fundamentals. Even yet, Nvidia's stock has dropped 1.7% in the last month, which is a minor percentage drop, but one that, for a business of its magnitude, translates to a market worth of between $80 billion and $100 billion. As Washington intensifies attempts to stop restricted chips from being used in nations like China, Nvidia is creating software that may enable location verification for its AI graphics processing units, GPUs. Customers of Nvidia chips can install a client software agent to monitor the health of their AI GPUs through the opt-in service, the company stated in a blog post on Wednesday. Customers will be able to see their GPU fleet utilization in a dashboard, either globally or by compute zones, which are collections of nodes enrolled in the same physical or cloud locations, according to Nvidia. However, Nvidia said in a statement to CNBC that neither the business nor third parties can disable its processors using the most recent software. It also said that there is no kill switch. There are no capabilities that let Nvidia remotely manage or take action on registered systems for GPU health. Nvidia is receiving read-only telemetry, the automated process of gathering and sending data from inaccessible or distant sources to a central point for monitoring, analysis, and optimization is known as telemetry. The kind of sensor data that is gathered and sent, such as timestamps, IP-based network information, or other system-level signals that may be mapped to physical or cloud locations, determines whether a device can be located. The IP address and location of the machine were displayed in a screenshot of the software that was shared on Nvidia's blog. The additions come after Washington politicians urged Nvidia to include tracking software on its processors that may aid in enforcing export regulations. These regulations ban Nvidia from selling its more sophisticated AI chips to businesses in China and other forbidden regions without a special license. The export limitations on Nvidia's state-of-the-art processors will not be lifted, despite Trump's recent announcement that he intends to remove some of them. The Chip Security Act, which was launched in May by Senator Tom Cotton and a bipartisan coalition of 8 members, would require advanced AI chips to have security features and location verification. Following Justice Department investigations into suspected smuggling rings that sent more than $160 million worth of Nvidia chips to China, pressure on the company has increased. Chinese authorities, however, have resisted, cautioning Nvidia against adding potential backdoors and vulnerabilities to its processors. China has banned local IT companies from buying products from the American chip designer Nvidia after a national security examination into some of its chips to look for these backdoors. Beijing is apparently unsure whether to allow the imports, even though U.S. President Donald Trump gave Nvidia permission to ship its previously barred H200 chips to China. Leading tech stocks contributed to the market's double-digit percentage increase as 2025 came to an end. Now is an excellent opportunity to examine 2 tech stocks to determine whether they are worth purchasing before the end of the year, as the industry is expected to maintain its strong pace through December and into 2026. Nvidia continues to dominate artificial intelligence, AI infrastructure, despite growing competition. The business owns more than 90% of the market for GPU data centers, and its graphics processing units, GPUs, are the primary processors used to power AI workloads. Custom AI ASICs, application-specific integrated circuits, which are pre-programmed processors that are hardwired to carry out particular tasks, pose the most threat to Nvidia. The chips are more energy efficient because they are made for a specific purpose. They are not as flexible as GPUs, though, which can function in a variety of AI frameworks. Although Alphabet has received a lot of accolades for its tensor processing units, TPUs, these bespoke ASICs are made especially to operate on Google Cloud and its TensorFlow framework. Because ASICs are unique chips, each company must design its own, which results in high upfront costs and a lengthy development process. Additionally, businesses must obtain sophisticated packaging from semiconductor producers like Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing, which are mostly occupied by firms like Apple and Nvidia. Because of the industry's capacity limitations, this makes scaling advanced ASICs challenging. In contrast, Nvidia's GPUs are reasonably easily accessible at scale, and the business collaborates closely with TSMC to help secure future supply to meet rising demand. Nvidia is therefore still in the greatest position to profit from the continuous boom in AI infrastructure. The majority of the fundamental AI code was created on the company's CUDA software platform and tuned for its chips, giving it a strong moat. Nvidia is well positioned to earn more than its fair share of data center construction expenditures, which it estimates will reach $4 trillion by 2030. With a forward price-to-earnings (PE) ratio of less than 24.5 times 2026 analyst expectations and a price-to-growth (PEG) ratio of less than 0.7 times, with less than 1 times being deemed undervalued, the company is likewise reasonably priced. Don't exchange it, own it. On CNBC's Mad Money, Jim Cramer gave his opinion on Nvidia stock without holding back. His succinct 5-word assessment breaks through the clamor around the most talked-about AI bellwether in the market. Particularly, Nvidia's stock has been under a lot of pressure because of China limitations, chip shortages, and prominent experts criticizing its explosive rise. To put things in perspective, Nvidia's stock has dropped 1.7% over the last month. Even though it might not seem like much, for a corporation the size of Nvidia, that amounts to anywhere between $80 and $100 billion. However, Cramer contends that investors ought to consider the whole picture, especially Nvidia's impressive history and the sustained demand for its gear. Despite the fact that its fundamentals tell a different tale, he claims that investors are being forced into a corner out of fear. Cramer immediately made his point about Nvidia clear. He contends that arguably the best illustration of such mismatch is Nvidia. The company has been claiming for months that China isn't at the center of business, but Wall Street is worried about almost every glitch or export restriction. CEO Jensen Huang even encouraged investors to regard China as a bonus opportunity going forward in a recent interview with CNBC, stating that Nvidia's demand is quite high even in the absence of that market. The response, however, was largely a shrug when the United States recently authorized sales of the H200 microprocessor. At that point, Cramer loses patience and refutes the notion that the victory is insignificant, calling the notion that China no longer wants the H200 chips totally untrue. According to CNN, President Donald Trump eventually approved the sale of Nvidia's H200 AI processors to approved customers in China on December 9, 2025. The new agreement calls for a more thorough national security review of each shipment and the return of 25% of linked sales to the U.S. government. It's important to note that while Nvidia's flagship Blackwell processors are no longer available, the H200 isn't a diluted replacement, as Cramer said. This premier data center GPU, which is based on Nvidia's sturdy Hopper architecture, has a staggering 141 GB of HBM3E memory and 4.8 terabytes per second of bandwidth, nearly 50% more than its predecessor. Cloud platforms and the largest in the Chinese IT industry can now install gigantic large language models with fewer chips, faster speeds, and astonishingly greater energy efficiency, thanks to that incredible jump. October 7, 2022. Significant export restrictions on cutting-edge AI chips and equipment going to China were announced by the U.S. Commerce Department. October 2023. Washington tightened such restrictions, expanding them to other high-end AI accelerators in addition to Nvidia's H100. Final Biden-era regulations increased licensing and re-export checks from December 2024 to January 2025. August 2025. Nvidia stopped making its H20 China-only GPU after Beijing subtly warned regional businesses not to use the chip, according to CNBC. December 9, 2025. Blackwell GPUs are still prohibited, but President Trump permits H200 exports to approved clients in China with a 25% revenue share for the United States. China isn't giving up on developing its own chip makers to compete with Nvidia, but Washington is trying to pitch the H200 chips as a cautious middle ground. According to recent reports, Beijing is spending a significant amount of money on domestic competitors, meaning that state-backed rivals vying for market share will be Nvidia's main rivals in China. Huawei, Series Ascend, positioned as the most sophisticated Nvidia competitor in China, with Huawei's Ascend 910C and its impending 950-960 roadmap built to support the most demanding language models in government and domestic cloud workloads. More threads. This Beijing-based GPU company, dubbed China's Nvidia, recently completed a spectacular initial public offering, IPO, that saw a 400% increase, demonstrating how actively local capital is supporting a local AI chip manufacturer. Biren Technology is a sanctioned startup that aims to reduce Nvidia's market share by targeting data centers and Chinese foundation models with its BR100 and BR106 GPUs. It is supported by state-linked funds and has significant partners, including Tencent and China Mobile. Don't forget to share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Your input helps create a more knowledgeable community where we can all learn and grow together in the world of investing. Stay up to date with the latest market trends, insights, and key updates by subscribing to Investing Tutorial. We're here to help you make smarter investment decisions and stay ahead of the curve.